Now in this video I want to talk to you about some very interesting topics like Reddit launching their Ethereum based tokens, which will introduce many users, around 300 million users, to the Ethereum platform. Then I also want to talk to you about wrapped Bitcoin, what's happening in the DeFi space and why this is just great. I also want to share with you an interesting Ethereum 2.0 staking rewards calculator, some news about Chainlink, and some news about the ETH 2.0 launch date. So a lot of interesting information packed into this video. I'm sure you'll find it super exciting. My name is Kierin. I create crypto and decentralized finance videos to make sure you are ready for the next bull run. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got a lot of interesting videos coming up. All right, with that said, let's jump right into the content with Reddit. Now, I'm a big fan of Reddit. I'm using Reddit way too often, wasting time on Reddit, but also reading some interesting stuff. Also, in the cryptocurrency space, there are some very good Reddits. But I digress. What I want to share with you is Reddit's biggest cryptocurrency move. And they have unveiled two very interesting coins. One is for cryptocurrencies called Moon, and another one for Fortnite. And I'll quickly read this article to give you a little bit of insight about what is happening and what this is all about. Reddit has finally made a move to tokenize its community points system, unveiling a beta test of two tokens based on the Ethereum network. The trial will initially roll out with two subreddits, the cryptocurrency Reddit and the Fortnite subreddit, and both of them have 2 million subscribers between them. And one thing you have to know with this their beta test, this platform is running on the Ring-speed testnet. Now these tokens, these Reddit tokens, Moon and Brick, will be running on the Ethereum testnet, but it's not going to be like the mainnet, it's going to be the Ring-speed testnet. That means these are basically like fake ERC20 tokens. I mean, they're real from the technical aspect, but they won't have any value. But hopefully in the future, when this beta test is over, and from the information that I've gathered, all these tokens will be transferred one-to-one to the Ethereum mainnet. And hopefully when this beta test is finished, Reddit will implement this concept to many different subreddits. And I think this is fantastic, because even though 300 million users are going to be like confronted with an Ethereum wallet, they won't realize that it's happening. It's probably going to be low key, it's going to happen in the background, but they'll start to realize like people can send money, one user can send money to another, or tokens to each other. And I think this is just great, because in a way this is pushing adoption without users actually knowing how the technology works. Like, most users won't really know that the backbone of this whole concept is the Ethereum blockchain, but they'll be using it nonetheless. And I think that's one of the key aspects to adoption. Users would have to be able to use a technology without understanding how it's used. They would have to just press a button, send 10 coins to someone else, and these coins will have a value. I think that's a little bit the vision that the Reddit management has with this cryptocurrency test that they're going through with. And I'm super excited about that, because Reddit, in my opinion, is one of the main pages of the internet with the amount of users going to it and with the amount of content that is produced. Many different platforms only get their information from Reddit. Reddit, I'll definitely be making a video to show how you can actually install a vault and participate with this cryptocurrency test on Reddit, if that's something that interests you. What I'm actually hoping for is that many different companies are going to see the successful test done by Reddit, and they're also going to start implementing the same concept onto their platform. Wouldn't it be fantastic, where you interact with people, you can actually earn maybe a little bit of money, and then you can send that money to maybe another platform, and there you interact with people. I think this is revolutionary, and the actual value system on top of the internet layer that the Ethereum blockchain is building So I can't tell you how bullish I am. It's actually mind-blowing how fast this adoption is happening, and I'm seeing how everything is now starting to slowly fall into place and becoming this vision of a value system on top of the internet, where many people can interact and send money to each other, send value to each other, because that, in the end, that's what it is. All right. Talking about value, wrapped Bitcoin has had another breakthrough, and the breakthrough is in monetary value, and 1,000 wrapped Bitcoin were minted. That means a Bitcoin was minted for an ERC20 token. The ERC20 token is wrapped Bitcoin, WBTC. And the great thing about it is that this wrapped Bitcoin can be used on the Ethereum blockchain. So that means you've got the unique value proposition of Bitcoin running on the Ethereum blockchain. You've got the store value of Bitcoin with the Ethereum blockchain capabilities, meaning that you can use the store value of Bitcoin in many decentralized finance apps. The amount that has been knocked up in wrapped Bitcoin is around 1,000 BTC, which were wrapped yesterday. And that brings the total amount of Bitcoin wrapped in the WBTC ERC20 token to 2,300, which is double the amount that is locked up in the Lightning Network, which is proprietary to the Bitcoin ecosystem. I think it's crazy that there's a lot more Bitcoin locked up in wrapped Bitcoin as an ERC20 token than Bitcoin locked up in the Lightning Network. I think it's a very positive signal for the whole decentralized finance ecosystem. If you're interested in becoming a validator, or you also just want to stake on a staking pool like Rocket Pool, if you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend watching it. It's pretty popular at the moment. Then if you're interested in one of these two things, then I'm sure you'll find this website very interesting, because they have a staking calculator, staking rewards calculator, that allows you to plot in a lot of different information. You can add the amount of Ethereum that you are planning to stake. You can add the currency. You can change the price. It's updated to the current price, but you can also see how much you would be earning based on another price. And you can also add the monthly price change in percentage. So if you expect the Ethereum price to increase around 20% per year, you can add that here. You can also add some costs if you've got some one-time costs. If you're a validator at home, maybe you want to buy a server, you can add these costs. If you've got maybe I don't know, maybe a cloud server or something else, you always have costs. So you can add these to make sure that the profit takes costs into consideration. What you can also do is the monthly costs in USD if you've got these if you've got a lot of recurring costs. Now for the staking pool parameters, this is a great addition. I haven't seen that in other Ethereum staking rewards calculators. You can add some fees. So currently it's not really known what the staking pool fees are going to be for Rocket Pool, but you can like make a wide estimate of maybe something like 0.5% or something like that. And you can also add if you want to reinvest the gains. So all the gains that you're receiving through the staking, they're reinvested, and that creates compounded interest, which on its own is just very, very lucrative. Now, this is also very important. This is concerning the amount of total ETH staked. You can say, okay, 1.75 is staked, or you can go up to 97%. Now, depending on how much percentage of the total supply of Ethereum is staked in staking pools, in validators, and so on, the return on investment decreases. All this information is displayed in a very beautiful graph in earnings analysis, and you can just click over. It will show the break-even point based on your costs and the return on investment that you're getting. And I think this is good. I haven't seen this displayed on other staking rewards calculators. So I'll link this down below and you can play around with it. There are quite a lot of good input fields that you can change the parameters to make sure that it works for you, and you can calculate your staking rewards, your costs, and so on pretty accurately. Now, the next info I want to share with you is about Chainlink. You might have heard about Chainlink. Chainlink has had a lot of hype recently. And quickly, in a nutshell, Chainlink is an oracle and makes sure that decentralized applications get data. For example, many decentralized applications get the price data from Chainlink. And Chainlink gathers this data from many different places. But it doesn't only have to be price data, it can be a lot of data. So Chainlink makes sure that data from the real world gets added to the blockchain in a secure way, a tamper-proof way. That's the high level explanation of what Chainlink is. And now they've brought out verifiable randomness for Ethereum. And this is very, very, very important, especially for games. And why is it important? Well, in blockchain gaming, the thesis is that a decentralized blockchain-based game will be something that's immune to the problems of centralized gaming. And the problems of centralized gaming is mainly focused around the ideas that either the people who created the game manipulated it to their benefit. Now, I don't personally play a lot of like betting games. I don't play any betting games or the games that need certain randomness, but I understand that many people like these type of games. And I think it's great to know that the creator of the game is not manipulating the game outcome in his favor. Being able to prove that this randomness is actually a real randomness by checking on the blockchain is something very valuable. And I think many different applications, especially gaming applications, can use that. And it's been actually used by one pretty popular decentralized finance application, and that is Pool Together. Pool Together is a type of lottery system where you do not lose any money. That's why the name is very often, that's how the name No Loss Lottery System got coined, because many people put money into a pool. This pool of money gains interest, and some random lucky winner gets this interest, but each member that's putting money into the pool can actually get this money back out again. I think it's a fantastic way, because I think lotteries are just dumb. I think it's a waste of money, but this concept, the concept of Pool Together, allows many people to participate in a type of lottery system where they're not actually wasting money, but they're actually saving money. So it's helping them save, but still keep the concept of maybe the dopamine rush that they get through playing a lottery game. So yeah, Chainlink's on-chain verifiable randomness, and a smart contract which wants to use Chainlink's VRF passes along a seed to the node, which then uses its secret key to generate a random number. So this information is sent through smart contracts, and this random number will be then taken by a decentralized finance app, and an outcome of a game will be decided through this random number. And I think this is great, because then you can check and you can see that if you check all the random numbers, you can maybe see, all right, this game is really 50-50% and it's not rigged in the creator's favor. So I think this is very good. It shows that the decentralization aspect is moving forward a lot. Many decentralized applications are becoming more and more trustless, which is incredible added value to the whole ecosystem. Having a ecosystem of apps that you do not have to trust, because you know that the underlying blockchain works as it should, you know that the smart contracts work as they should. Now, of course, it's still in its baby steps and there are hiccups here and there, but I think it's going in the right direction. Now, the last topic I want to talk to you about is the Ethereum 2.0 launch date. Now, it's unfortunately not as great news as I'd like it to be, and the Ethereum 2.0 launch date has been postponed. And it's not actually postponed, it's more of a miscommunication, especially by Vitalik Buterin. Now, I know I've been talking about the Ethereum 2.0 launch date, and I've mentioned in a few videos that it's expected to be 31st of July. or sometime in July. And even during the Ethereum summit, during one of these talks, an interviewer asked Vitalik, when do you think the Ethereum 2.0 will launch? Or I think he actually formulated it in a way that, do you think Ethereum 2.0 will launch in July? And Vitalik misunderstood the question and he didn't hear July, and he said yes, he thinks it will launch then. And so that caused a lot of confusion among the Ethereum community, and that has been discussed now quite a bit on Twitter. And one developer called AFR, he goes by AFR on Twitter, he actually stated that they are nowhere near the specs. The Ethereum 2.0 specs are not finished, so it's quite impossible to launch in July. So it's quite impossible to launch in July. He's called Afri Shudan, ETH 2.0 testnet coordinator. And yeah, here's the tweets with Vitalik and AFR. I wouldn't say annoyed, but maybe a bit frustrated that Vitalik is going on panels and talking about some launch date. That's what he says. He says it does not help at all talking about dates, putting dates out there that they cannot fulfill. And I don't think, he doesn't believe Vitalik said July, and Vitalik reiterates, yeah, he didn't say July and he misunderstood the questions. A short answer to this is, well, hopefully it's going to be end of this year. I'm not too worried about that. In my opinion, it's better that they make sure that all the bugs are ironed out, make sure that it actually already has been audited, but they make sure that it's working properly before they launch the beacon chain. I prefer that they take their time than they force a launch and it goes haywire. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave me one of these. It helps algorithm, helps the channel out, and it's completely free. You don't have to pay anything to leave a like. Yeah, but it definitely helps the channel out. Now I'm working on a validator client installation guide for Linux, so stay tuned for that. I'm looking forward to that. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, with that said, I wish you a fantastic day and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye bye.